stars on the front lines. All right, we're going to talk to some of your favorite celebs about what they do and their characters who play on these ABC shows. You can see them right there. We're going to bring out first Alexis Floyd. Woo! Grey's Anatomy's own. We got my girl Aisha Hinds from 911. Come on, Aisha, work it. Coming up next, we have the lovely Javicia Leslie. We have the wonderful Mekia Cox. My sister girl in the storm, Iantha Richardson. You can have a seat right over here. Yes, right there to furthest right. Yeah. To the left. Yep. This baddie, Sohn. Straight from Trent. And the one, the only, Miss Judy Reyes. Come on down. Ow! Now listen, before we do any questions, I want y'all just to look at these divas. Aren't they fabulous? Get your pictures. Smile for them, ladies. And pose, and pose, and pose. All right, here we go. Let's jump into this. Listen, we're talking about stars on the front lines, and we just had a near experience on our way here, but that's okay. It's all good. We're going to be talking all about everything that we see on TV, but the characters and what you bring to these things. Now, starting with you first, Alexis, let's talk about, you've been a series regular. Yes, you can give her a round of applause. You got your fan club out there.
Love you, family. Love you, family.
Grey's Anatomy, you've been there since season 19. Talk to us about the new story that you're telling through the eyes of Dr. Sohn Griffith. Give us those insights.
Oh, it's an honor to play Sohn. You know, I think she thinks of her job as a calling, and it gives her a real sense of purpose. You know, her mother was actually born in the hospital in Graceland Memorial, and her mother gave birth to Sohn in that same hospital, and her mother lost her life in the process of giving birth to Sohn.
Oh, wow.
So I think Sohn thinks of medicine as a place for her to seek justice for her mother, to change the culture of medicine, to make it a space where Black women feel safe and seen as patients as well as doctors and practitioners of the field. So I'm very proud of her being a mission-driven young woman. It's an honor every day.
Absolutely. Round of applause. Now, Judy, you play Selena Soto. We've seen you in many things, from Claws and Devious Mate, now High Potential. What drew you to that character of Selena?
Say that again?
What drew you to the character? What made you want to play that particular role or go out for that role?
The possibility of shooting at home for the first time.
Come on!
Because I haven't shot, it's been about 20 years since I've actually
Yes.
shot at home. The leadership role, you know, the power, the female-heavy power vibe of it all. You know, 3 different women in particular who forge a relationship and community just to do things better. You know what I mean? Myself, Javicia, and Caitlin, of course, who's the #1. I think it was brilliantly cast, you know.
How important is that to show that female companionship on screen? I mean, we see companionship reflected here in many different dynamics throughout the Essence Festival. How important is that to reflect on screen in your characters?
I've been really lucky to work with a lot of women, and I prefer it. It's not an insult or anything, but and the older I get, the more inspired I feel by other women, the more interested I am in just creating and expressing those jobs, those roles that women aren't often acknowledged for.
Absolutely.
That's important.
And that's what we're seeing on the screen, right, y'all? Mekia, now you're in, what, the 8th season of The Rookie?
8th season, yeah.
How did it get so fast so far? So fast.
I wonder that every day. 8 seasons is a lot of seasons.
That's a lot of seasons,
Very
but that's
thankful.
good now.
Very
Detective
happy.
Nyla Harper, talk to us about the complexities that you reflect in modern policing. Talk to us about what we see as what you portray as a detective on the screen.
So, you know, getting to play this role has been like an honor. Whenever I read a script, when I first read a script, sometimes it feels like a character is sort of calling to me and allowing me to embody it. And the fact that she did that for me is really wonderful, and I thank her for it. The character of Harper.
Yes.
The character of Harper is very unlike who I am. But I have gotten so much strength from her because she has a strong personality, and she is someone who is constantly trying to do what is right. And so she's trying to do what is right in the world by helping people. She's also trying to do what is right in her own personal life by being a good mother. And so she's constantly juggling the two. And in dealing with policing in the last season, she is trying to start a task force because she realizes that these systematic problems that are inherent in the career field that she's in need to change, and they need to change from within. And so any way to start change is you start with yourself. And so she is trying to create that, and it's going to be hard for her, but that's her plan.
That's awesome. I like the fact that you said you learned from the character and things that you've gained just for playing her.
Oh, yes. She teaches me all the time.
Come on now. Always in lesson, and a lesson is going on when you are watching 911. Miss Aisha Hinds, Henrietta Hen Wilson. We've seen you go through a myriad of things as far as emotional and trying to adopt a child. How do you balance the emotional weight of the character and the role that you play and dealing with the emotional aspect of a first responder? How do you balance that?
First of all, shout out to everyone here who pulled up to today's panel. Thank you. Give a round of applause to yourself. Thank you so much for showing up for us today. It is such a blessing to play Henrietta Wilson on 911. Yes, it calls upon, a lot of emotional investment. But, there's something really special, I think, about women of color. Inherently, I think we are wired to kind of hold this position on the front line, sort of bearing the weight for our families and sort of, saving the family, sometimes to our detriment, to your point, asking the question about balance is key because it's something that we all kind of have to learn, right? And so what drew me to this role was the opportunity to kind of display the fact that these people are running into danger by choice.
Right.
And they have to, at some point, make a decision to figure out where you can put those things down, But for me, the actress, I'm mindful of the fact that, listen, you got to make some choices. And some days, you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else.
Come on. It's all about that self-care. All right, so moving from 911 to Javicia Leslie over at High Potential. Woo! The premiere season of High Potential, we are getting to know Daphne Forrester. What can we expect from her in the world of High Potential Season 2?
First of all, hey y'all. It's interesting because we all play really strong women in strong careers.
Yes.
And as a police officer, especially a Black female police officer, I think that's super important.
Talk about it.
We can all imagine being children and seeing a police officer, and maybe at times we'd be scared of them because they didn't look anything like us. It's important that I look like us.
Yeah.
And I feel like as Daphne, I get to carry that with pride. I look like us. I know that if I were Daphne in real life and I were walking down the street and a kid needed help, they know I'd be a safe place.
Right.
That's really important. As far as the show goes, Daphne's fun. She's sassy, she's intelligent, she's keeping up. Morgan's really, really witty, and it's like a lot. And I love that this character I get to play gets to keep up with her, but she's fiercely loyal. Selena Soto is our captain.
Yeah.
And we got Kara Deck, played by Daniel, and I admire both of them, not just as obviously characters, but also as actors. So I've had a lot of fun with this character. I love the representation of this character, and I love just the fact that she exists matters.
That is amazing. So the representation is important, period. Y'all give it up for that. Give it up for that. All right, Sonja. Now, you are Deputy Director Amanda Wagner on Will Trent. So we've seen you doing many roles, but there are few examples in film or television with that specific role. Is there any particular person or character you look to when drawing for that character of Deputy Wagner?
Well, I wouldn't say I look to a particular person or outside of the character that I'm developing.
Yeah.
But I would say that I would be connecting with energies of strong black women who are leaders, you know, people like Harriet Tubman, Shirley Chisholm, you know, that kind of energy, Barbara Jordan, you know. So I feel that Amanda, in creating and developing that character, those are her influences, and I hope that you feel the strength of that power through Amanda's delivery.
It's definitely resonating. Iantha. All right, so Will Trent has tackled some topics that are kind of hard, but they relate culturally. How has it impacted the audience as well as what we see through Atlanta, the experience in Atlanta culturally?
Yeah, I mean, my hope is that, well, first of all, hi guys, what's up? My hope is that people feel seen through the portrayal, specifically of Faith, so of my character, and then of the show as a whole. I hope Atlanta feels seen. I hope that, you know, playing a black cop, similar to what Javicia was just saying, you're playing somebody, specifically a woman who is already erased in a narrative, and someone who is put in a system, trying to navigate a system that was made to villainize her and her people. So I think to show another narrative of that, to show her navigating that, I hope the people who are these people in real lives, they get to feel seen, and I hope the people who watch this have a different perspective of who these people are in real life.
In real life.
Yeah.
Iantha Richardson is playing Faith Mitchell on Will Trent, by the way, FYI. All right, so ladies, we've talked about the characters, but if you found yourself in a real emergency, which of these characters would you all call? Would you call somebody like a Faith? Would you call a Detective Wagner? Who would you call if you had an emergency going on?
Well, we tried to call Aisha to rescue us from the elevator.
I was going to say that. Aisha.
But now we know she's just acting.
So wait a minute. So what character skills would you want to have from your character? Come on, what traits?
I appreciate Selena's no-nonsense posture. I feel like that woman would have our back. You stay focused. I love the... Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes.
I would call me too, because I can tell everybody else what to do. I'm very good at delegating.
So we see you all play these characters, but in real life, has anyone ever approached you, or have you felt like, okay, you saw an emergency, you're like, okay, but let me see, I learned such and such on the set. Have you ever decided or tried to act on any of those things? Come on, Javicia.
Okay, I don't know what's too
Spill
much
the
to
tea.
talk about, but I was at a bar one day in Hollywood, and this guy dropped, I think he took some drugs, and we had to do CPR on him.
And did you help do it?
It was me and two other females were doing CPR until the ambulance came, and I was really proud of myself because I knew where to put this part of my hands. I knew how much pressure I need to put in. So shout out to acting.
You saved his life.
That's insane.
That's what we're talking about. All right, so as we get ready to wrap,
is
ladies, any final words on what we can see you all doing with your characters for the next season for the shows? Anything we should be looking out for? Any tea y'all want to spill on the characters that we might be able to say exclusive? Yes? No? Come on, son.
Oh, terrified.
You what?
I will say...
I get a nemesis this season.
You get a nemesis? Ooh, spicy. Do we have any other clues on that?
No,
Okay.
that's all I know.
That's all right, Essence. Y'all got to say exclusive. We got that exclusive right there from Judy. Okay. All right, and we thank you all so much for entertaining us week by week. We wish you all much success on the shows. We cannot wait to see what else you all will be doing in the entertainment industry. And thank you for stopping by Essence and showing us a snippet of life of the stars on the front lines. That's how we do, y'all. ABC is rocking with Disney and Essence. And now for the real conversation. Come on, ladies, let's take a picture.
Who's calling it? Who?